Hello, today we are going to discuss Cecile Chaminade, the French composer. So she was born in 1857 and then she lived until 1944. She studied composition with Benjamin Godard because unfortunately her father did not allow her to attend conservatory to study music. So she had to take private composition lessons instead. So she began to perform many of her piano works on tour in England. And then in 1892, she first had her public recital in London. Followed shortly later, in 1908, she took her American debut with the Philadelphia Orchestra, which was really exciting. And then in 1930, she got admission into the Legion of Honor. So her music is primarily for piano, and she does have other, like she has a piano concerto, piano trios, and then she does have short like character pieces as well. So it is featured more as like salon music, and it is not generally performed or concertized. So it would be great for like private lessons, private teaching in a studio, like a small studio recital, or just even playing in front of like family and friends in a social hour setting. So her compositional style is very tuneful and lyrical, very rhythmic and elegant. And that is one of the things I think that I'm drawn to about her music. And a little side story, I also took private flute lessons in high school. And one of the pieces I played was the very standard repertoire of the flute concerto in D major by Chaminade. So that was my first interaction with her as a composer. And I wish I would have known or discovered more about her other works because she does have piano works. And I am a pianist, so that would have been fun to discover back then too. But with that flute concerto, I just was drawn to the lyrical melody that she had and all the rhythmic ideas that she would use. And it was just very elegant and sophisticated. And that's one of the reasons why I liked it. So the piece we're going to look at today is the Elegie, and this comes from the Album des Enfants. So she has two books of these. So there's a book 1, book 2, and they both feature 12 like short pieces. So it's basically called like the album for children. So this is number 7 out of the book 2. And I chose this piece because I'm drawn to always like lyrical melodies and sophisticated stuff. And this right hand is great for pedagogical aspects because of the voice leading and connecting all the phrases and voicing the soprano, but then also bringing out all the other harmonies too that support the melody. And then in the left hand, we see that it starts, we have like that pedal A that is going for a while. And then we have those upper voices like in the tenor line that are moving stepwise down, and then that repeats. So that again is working on wrist rotation for the pianist, but then also voicing the top melody at the same time. I also want to point out that at the very, very beginning in the right hand, we first play that note in the bass clef, so it's bass D, and then we jump back up into the treble clef. So I think that note is grounding us in the D minor key, because right when we start the piece, we just have F and A, so it's not really deciding the tonality of the piece quite yet. So that D is very important, and then the melody just kind of segues from that. Another important aspect is the cadenza that pops up in the middle, actually towards the end, I guess, because the piece is very short, but it's connecting the B section back into the A section. So this is a great way for a student to like improvise and be creative and just really make it fluid and take some rubato, give and take with the tempo, and then even experiment with like even more dynamics as well before you do a poco retard and a diminuendo, leading you back into the a tempo. So I'm going to perform this for you now, and I hope that you enjoy. Thank you.